Hey, hi, welcome to 10 Ideas for Virtual AAC Modeling. We tried to bring this to you live and had a little bit of trouble, and then recorded it and had a little bit of trouble, so recording it again and hoping that the third time is the charm. So let's jump in. I'm Ann Page, and I am from Beautiful Speech Life. Thank you to Coughdrop AAC for sponsoring this. And let's jump into our presentation. 1 second. Here we go. All righty, here we go. Who would have thought that I would be talking about AAC virtual modeling and that there would be enough interest in this that it was a thing? But it is. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here, whether you're an SLP or a parent or a special educator or a related provider. Welcome and thank you for your interest. Like I said, I'm Ann Page. I have been an SLP in the Roosevelt School District in Phoenix since 2007. I am a lifelong learner of all things AAC. And I really like this quote that I have on the letterboard, that beginning communicators talk about their own topic first. I think that's really important for us to remember, that whatever we're doing and wherever we're doing it in terms of communication with our children that have complex communication needs, or our teenagers, they need to talk about their own topic first. Like, that's what they're interested in talking about, of course, because that's why we communicate. And we need to remember that we want them to have authentic communication and to say what they want to say, not what we want them to say. And that's how you keep it fun and engaging and motivating for them. Okay, this is also me, especially in the last couple weeks, just trying to scramble and digest everything and figure everything out. I definitely do not know everything about AAC or teletherapy. I'm learning as I go, and then I will share with you as I learn things that I think are important for us all to know. This is actual footage of how I felt when I first started navigating AAC, for sure. And then you add in the whole teletherapy piece, and it can be a little, at first, it can be a little much, but we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to ease into this, and we are going to be fine. We're going to start where we're at. You already know things about your students or your children. You know what they like. You know what their attention span is, and so we are going to build on that. Just remember what we're going for. We are going for engagement, connection, authentic communication, and some joy. Like, let's bring some fun into it for both of us, for everybody. So we're not going to overthink it. And let's just jump in. Yahoo, like this little dog. So today I'm going to talk about 10 ideas that I have for virtual AAC modeling, and talk a little bit about the definition of modeling, especially for parents, in case you're not familiar with it or there's some confusion about it. And I put on the notes to remind myself to talk about the importance of simplifying things and holding the point. So if you look in the little screen within the screen there, with AAC, we're asking our students to communicate in a different way than what they're seeing everyone else is doing. So it's a big ask, and that's why we need to make it fun and we need to make it engaging. We are asking them to speak by pointing at things instead of using their mouth. Although, and maybe some of the kids will talk at the same time, but they might not be intelligible to everyone, and this could be an enhancement tool. I put together this video about modeling and exactly what it is when we say that you need to model language, or if you call it aided language simulation. This is a little short, I think it's an 8-minute video that you will have available to you through my YouTube channel, that you could, if you're an SLP, you could give the link to a parent for this so that they can refer back to it. Or maybe if you're working with someone remotely, just to kind of re-emphasize the point or to share it with family members. So I'll just play a little tiny bit of it so you can kind of get a feel for it.
Hi, I am Ann Page. I am an ASHA certified speech language pathologist, and I am here to talk to you today about AAC and modeling. I'm sure that if you have a child who is using AAC, that at some point you have heard your child's speech language pathologist or SLP tell you, okay, you need to model. And I know that there's a lot of misconceptions about what modeling is, so let's just demystify that. Basically, what we are wanting you to do is use AAC to teach AAC. So whatever form of AAC your child is using, let's say your child is using low-tech AAC, a simple core board or a switch, we are just going to practice pointing to the word and saying the word that we're going to say. So let me give you an example. Like, let's say that we are talking about cleaning up and we're going to do the cleanup song. You don't have to point to every word, especially when you're starting out. And if your child is currently not speaking at all, or maybe they sometimes speak at the one word level, it's okay if you're going to just point to one word or maybe two. But just to get started, let's say we are going to do clean up, and here is the up sign. And so it's just going to be, okay, clean up. It's time for us to clean up. Are you ready to clean up? And that's it. You don't have to have them point. It's just that they're going to see you point. Are you ready for the cleanup song? Let's do it. So we are going to do the cleanup.
So that's just a little example, and you'll have that available to you so that you can share it. Also, I have a modeling parent handout that you can get this for free too, and it goes over some of the important points, and it keeps it really simple, because you know how when you're first learning how to do something, it seems so overwhelming. So I wanted to start with the very basics of just explaining what it is, and which is number one. And then number two, we're going to start small, and it's okay if it feels a little bit weird at first, like you feel kind of awkward and you think, oh, am I doing this right? Yeah, you're doing it right. I mean, you're communicating, and if you're pointing to a word and saying it at the same time, do you want that? Then you're doing it right. And then, you know, just like with any new skill, you learn more things about it as you do it, and you get better at it. Number three, when to model as often as possible. Just add a little more every day. We talk all the time, right? Even if we're quiet. So we are going to want to model as much as we can. And it's okay, like I said, to start small and then to start expanding. But it's important just to jump in. Number four, start by modeling one word of the sentence. You don't have to say every word at first. And especially, so if you just kind of scaffold it, if you're, say, let's say if a child is not saying any words, then you'll probably just model one word at a time. Go, okay, it's time to go. Let's go. And then but if they can do one word, then you're just going to add a word to it. Oh yeah, hey, are you ready for more? Are you ready for it? to go more. There's no exact science to it. And then if you are a parent, just consult with your team. Talk to your SLP and say, hey, I've been doing this. Should I change it up? It's okay if, number 5, it's okay if you can't find a word. Let your child see you looking. So if you're using a board or if you're using a device, sometimes when you're using the devices and they can have like 40 or 60 or 100 symbols on the main page, it can be a little overwhelming to try and find a word, and that's okay. They have word finders on them, and you just kind of talk out loud your thought process. Okay, I'm looking for the word don't. Where was it? I'm going to use the word finder. Just kind of do that. You're walking through, you're thinking out loud. And then number 6, if your child doesn't, this is an important one. So if your child doesn't respond or copy you at first, it's okay. We are doing this without expecting anything in return at first. We are just doing input. We're giving them all those words and all that vocabulary, and they're seeing it. They're seeing you touch it. Maybe they're touching it. But we are not demanding. We're not telling them what to do. So that is, we're going to demonstrate, not demand, right? So I put a couple of examples in for you to make it clear. So on the left-hand side is the not so good. So, we have a tendency, we want them to succeed and we want them to be successful. So we think we should just tell them what to do. Show me where the word is. Show me where go is. Where's go? Point to go. All right. And instead, or if in the first example, show me like. You like it? Show me like. Where's like? Point to like. Instead, you're just going to kind of, again, walk through the whole thought process. Oh, I see you're smiling. I think that means you like it. I think that means you like it. You're giving me the juice box. Do you need help? Does that mean you need help to get it open? So those are just a couple of examples for you to give you some ideas. And then when we're modeling, just kind of remember these simple little things that we want to try to make it motivating, make it fun, and use core vocabulary and power fringe. So core vocabulary, those are the words, the main words on this communication board or on any of the communication boards that you get, or the speech generating devices now. We mostly have them programmed with these core words on the front. And the core words, in case you're not familiar, those are the words that are our nice, juicy, meaty words that we have a lot of action words, we have a lot of positional words, and then we have our pronouns and the question, the WH question words that are going to take us across all different environments. They're going to learn, maybe they learn the word in the kitchen, but it's still going to apply in the bathroom, in the living room, in the playroom, outside. So words like go and up and in and turn, all of those words have multiple meanings and multiple uses. So you're just getting a lot more bang for your buck by learning those words first. And then the fringe, the power fringe, are words that are very specific to the child that are important as well. They need to learn those as well so they can express that they want to go maybe to their favorite park or play with their favorite toy or see their favorite person. So they will need the words for that as well. Okay, so for my idea number 2 is modeling during everyday activities. So things that you do every day. So, right now, sorry, I have allergies, seasonal allergies. Right now, we are all washing our hands all the time. So you have a great opportunity for a ton of repetition if you model some core words while washing hands. So I made this little washing hands video to give you some ideas. I'll show you a little piece of it.
Hi, okay, so we need to wash our hands. So here's what we need to do. First, we are going to turn on the water. You might need some help. You don't want it to be too hot. All right, the water is on. And now I am going to get my hands wet. Here we go. And now I am going to put on the soap. Put it on. Now I have to scrub. And we have to sing, right?
I'm going to spare you from my singing. But do you see all the words that we got from that? We got turn, put, on, and then and then there's more, but those are like some basic core words. And then you're going to repeat that all the times you wash your hands. And don't, with a core board, most of them, of your core boards, you probably have like laminate on them or plastic. This one's just covered in plastic packing tape. You could put it in a Ziploc bag too if you're worried about getting it wet. But so many opportunities for repetition. It's going to be like really great. And okay, so let me show, sorry, I get excited, but just think of how many hundreds of times they're going to hear you say that in a day and see you say it. And then they'll be like, pretty soon they're going to be like, hey, I got this. I know this. I can point to this myself. Okay, another everyday activity, brushing your teeth, right? So hopefully 2, even 3 times a day, you can get that in there. I am not saying like jump right in and do all of these and bombard your kiddo or your students right away, but start with 1 and then add to it. And I feel like these are things that you could do during a teletherapy session as well, with the help of the parent. So here's I'll show you a little piece of this too. And you're going to be able to see the full thing of all these videos. I'll give you the links.
Okay, here we are in the bathroom and we are going to brush our teeth. Yes, we are. It's time to brush our teeth. Let's pretend it's time to get ready for bed. I have my giant toothbrush and we are going to brush our teeth. So what do we need to do to brush our teeth? First, we need to get our toothbrush, right? We have to get it. I already have mine. So get your toothbrush. Do you like to brush your teeth? I do. Did you get it? All right, next we are going to need to put on some toothpaste, right? We are going to put it on.
So there you go, with all those great core words again.
Okay.
Oops. I wanted to give you the official definition of modeling or aided language input. And just so you have it, and you have like a little link that you can refer to, but it is basically using AAC to teach AAC. So whatever device or communication board we are using for our student, whatever they're using, we're using. And so if you're an SLP and you have and you're doing teletherapy and your student has a device and you don't have that device, maybe you have a low-tech board of it, or maybe you can share your screen with the board on one side. So there are ways around not being there and trying to actually touch the device. You could have the parent do it, just kind of coach them through. Here's a little bit of research about, because you might be asking, okay, well, how do we know that modeling works? It's research-based. So there are studies that have been done, and they show that, yeah, it's true. They show that we have meaningful gains throughout all areas of language when we use modeling. So we've got to do it. Okay, another idea number 3 for everyday activities, going for a walk, super important right now while we're in the middle of the COVID pandemic and we're all quarantined or staying at home, then getting out for a little walk. And I added my dog in to make it a little bit more fun.
Hi. Right now it is time for me to I am going to get ready to go for a walk with my dog, Zoe. So I already got dressed and I put on my shirt and I put on my pants, but I did not put on my shoes and socks. So I really need to get them. Here we go. Here's my socks. They have little dogs on them. Can you see that? Isn't that cute? So I need to put them on. I'm going to put on my socks. Here we go. Here's one. Can you see it? Probably not. Here we go. Here it is. There's one on. And now I am going to put, where's my put? Here it is. I am going to put on my other sock. Ta-da! 2 socks. There you go. And now I need my shoes, right? So I need to put on my shoes. There we go. Let me get that so you can see it. I need to put on my shoes. So here we go. These are my hiking shoes. I really like them. I'm gonna put them on. I really like shoes, actually. Do you? Okay, there's one. One shoe on. See? Now I am going to put on my other shoe, right? Isn't that what I need to do? I can't go with one shoe. What do I need to do? Can you tell me? I think I need to put it on. All right, here we go. Putting on my other shoe. Ta-da! Gonna tie it real fast. I bet you want to see my dog, huh? Here we go. Both of my shoes are on. All right, now that I have everything on that I need, I am going to get my dog so I can show her to you, okay? I'm gonna need my sunglasses too. You want to see me put them on backwards? Would that be fun? Tell me if you do. Should I put them on backwards? Let me try it. See how it looks. Are you ready? I think it'll be funny, maybe. Ta-da! Hi! Was it good? All right, let me get my dog Zoe. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come say hi. Here she comes. Come here. Come here, baby. Oh. And I could pick her up and show her to you. Look, Zoe, say hi. Hi, everybody. Zoe's getting ready to go for a walk. Right, Zoe? She's ready to.
So I showed you the whole video because I think my dog's so cute. And also because in the video, I'm just talking to my students the way I would talk to them normally, and then just trying to be a little bit silly, make it a little bit more fun to, to remove the barrier of the screen and to kind of reach across it and make them think, okay, yeah, she's just being the way that she always is. And again, we got a lot of core words in there, and just doing with really no extra equipment other than the core board and my stage dog. Okay, and then so idea number 5 is using songs to model core vocabulary with songs. It's really fun. Kids love music. And then you could be like a little bit more playful. I don't think I embedded this video. I didn't. You could be a little bit more playful. And I'll show you this one at the end. But I was just doing the song, Do You Like Broccoli? And just modeling the do and the you. And it's super fun. I think that you could have a really good time with that. Just find a few songs and go with that. And I've got a couple of examples for you. This is a question that I hear quite a bit. Do I model every word in a sentence? So I just want to reiterate that no, that's not necessary, especially for beginning communicators. You're going to use your judgment, and I try to model one level ahead. So if they're speaking one word, I would add another word to it. So if we were focusing on saying, do you like it? Then at first I would say, do you like it? You do? Do you like it? And add a word in. Or I could add in you. Do you like it? Okay, so now I'm going to show you idea number 6 is using boom cards. So boomlearning.com is a really cool free resource for you. And I have a freebie for you so if you go to this link, bit.ly, and it's case sensitive. So lowercase bit.ly / capital B OOM capital F REEBIE. This is from Kristen at Communication Cottage, and she's giving you a free one. So let's go out of here for a second. I'm gonna stop share. And then I'm gonna go. I was having a lot of trouble with my sharing for some reason. So if I go stop share, now I'm gonna go back into share and choose this and go into the boom cards. Okay, so this is the freebie. It's a feelings one. And let me just go back and show you just in case you haven't ever gone to Boom Learning. So this is what it looks like, boomlearning.com. You set yourself up a free account and you can, and then these are the boom cards that I just grabbed And these are all free. There are ones that you pay for, and I haven't bought any yet, but I'm sure I will. But I just wanted to be able to show you a couple of things. So this is the one, We All Have Feelings. This is the one that you're going to get for free. And let me show you how it works. So this is the front of it. You maneuver through this on the side. So I'm going to go to the next page. And so this one, he is. So we're going to find the feeling. So I just wanted to show you that say if you, even if you weren't working on feelings, like say if you were working on pronouns, maybe if you were working on he, or if you were working on is, the word is, then you could easily model it. He is, all right, which one is he? And then they choose. So this would be if you were, there's all different options, but say if you were sharing your screen and you shared control of your mouse, then they can, and this is in Zoom, then they could select, drag it over, and then you click over here, you click submit, and you get the nice ding and the little circle around it. If maybe you don't have the ability to, maybe they're on an iPad and they can't access the sharing of the mouse, you could still work around that. You could work with whoever they're with for them to tell you which one to choose. And then you're still going to model your, if you were modeling she is, and then they tell you, and you drag it over. So, pretty cool, huh? Then let me show you one other one in here. This one for the word on. This has the symbol from Lamp Words for Life for on. So this would be really cool for a Lamp Words for Life user. Or you can do it with the core board too, on. We are going to put the cereal on the table. And you click and drag it and submit. We are going to put the apples on the table. So cool, right? Okay, let's go back to my PowerPoint. And just to be safe, I'm going to stop share. Okay, so we did that with the boom, and then I wanted to show you, okay, for number 7. Sorry, lots of clicking. Oh, I'm just going to leave it like this for a minute. Okay, so using what you already have. So you could use, you probably have a lot of digital materials that you already have, maybe from Teachers Pay Teachers. So you can use those, just bring those up, and then you could use the annotation feature. So let me see. I'm going to click on annotate. And then if, say, if this was in a book, like the Who What book, then I could say, let me see, I'm going to choose the stamp. Maybe we do a star. What, so I didn't pull it up for you, but let's say if you've got the page up and it says, what is the boy doing? And then you're going to model it. What is the boy doing? And then they can tell you, and you could stamp it that they got it right. Or you could draw on it. What is the boy doing? Or what are you doing right now? Or what are you wearing? I think that there's a lot that you could do with that. I'm going to make a whole separate video on that, actually. You just have to be a little bit creative. Oh, let me get rid of my annotate here. And then number 8 is the idea number 8. So it's kind of just like in therapy, as if we were in real life, and having the student tell you what to do. So of course, not all the time. We're not going to let them tell us what to do, but say like for a stacking game. And then you could say, okay, so I have here, let me go out of this sharing for a second. Okay, so I have here a roll of toilet paper. Very timely, right? I am going to stack it. I'm going to take this other roll of toilet paper and put it on top of this one. And then we can see how far up it can get. So you tell me when you want me to put on, oops, put it right here so you can see it. You tell me when you want me to put on some more. I'm waiting. And then they can tell you, let's say if they told you more. And then I'm going to keep stacking. Ooh, I hope it doesn't fall. Should we do, what should we do? Should I stop or should we do more? And then they say more. And then depending on how much toilet paper you've hoarded, then you can see how far it can get. And it could be really fun, and then make a big deal of it when it falls. Oh no, toilet paper everywhere, right? You got to be silly. And I'm not hoarding, I promise, I'm not hoarding toilet paper. So things like that, you know, or you could have a box and have something in it, and then they have to guess what's in the box. What do you think is in this box? And make some guesses, and then you can say no. And then you could model open. I bet you want me to open it, so that you could look inside. That would be so easy and so fun. All right, back to my screen sharing. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to go actually to show you, because number 9 is reading. So I have an example. I'm going to show you this. So for reading, there's a lot of things that you could do. So you could have an actual book, and you're going to read the book and point to some core vocabulary words, like choose ahead of time what they are. But let's say if I was using this book, this would be for some older students. What should Danny do? And then let's say if I was really focusing on the word do, what should Danny do? I could like modify the book and have do cards all over it, or I could just point. And then because I have a lot of, because this one has a lot of words for my students, I would do it like a shared reading and just kind of talk about it, and then add those core vocabulary words in, or even use it for WH questions. I think it would be really great. So talking about who is the story about, and what is he doing right now? Where do you think he is? And if you're teaching the differentiation of the WH questions, then you could do it with more errorless learning. So where you were saying, okay, this story is going to be about Danny. Who is it about? Danny. So, playing around with some ideas like that, or pick a book that has a lot of repetition in it, like the book All Better, and then you could keep pointing to all and doing that. And then you can use videos. So, sorry, I keep looking at the little square of myself because I'm so used to talking to a person. I need to look straight. So you could also use, there are lots of books right now on YouTube and on Story Online where celebrities are reading books. And if you don't like the pace that they're reading, because sometimes they're reading for typically developing kids, and it's good for our kids to hear that. But you could do it like both ways. Maybe do a little bit of them reading it and then put it on mute, and then you can read it a little bit too at your own pace and modify the words to keep the engagement up. And then I really like to use books for teaching the core vocabulary word turn. You tell me, you tell me when you want me to turn the page. Should we read more of this book? And then I wanted to show you, this is online, and this is Megan from Sensible Literacy, and she's showing how she does shared reading with the core board. So let's watch a little clip of that.
And is looking for something to eat. Uh-oh, he looks cold. But watch out, the fire is hot. Oh boy, he is happy. He is jumping up and down. Shh, he is sleeping. We need to stop talking. Uh-oh, he's pouring too much juice. Tell him stop. No more juice.
So I love how she is just talking about the story and not necessarily reading the words. She's getting that engagement in, which is great, and then using the core words at the same time. Okay, let's see where we're at. I think we're doing really good for time. My little slideshow thing isn't working. Slideshow, resume slideshow. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that brings us to idea number 10, which is the importance of rewards and figuring out what motivates. Because we are asking for attention, and a lot of times our students that have complex communication needs might have shorter attention spans. So we're going to be really thinking about shorter activities. Maybe instead of one long 30-minute activity, we're going to chunk it into little maybe like 3 8-minute activities with little breaks in between, and leave time for some communication partner coaching. So it's important, if these are students that we're already working with, have been already working with, we probably already know what motivates them. So you could use a digital timer, online spinner for breaking up the session. Of course, you're going to want to have your visual schedule. available and kind of go through each thing. Okay, first we're going to watch a video and talk about it. Next, we're going to read a book. And last, we are going to do an activity. And then as you go through them, you can cross them off and use a timer if you need to. And then I really like the spinners, the digital spinners. So my example would be if you wanted to, say if you had three real short, funny songs, like from Go Noodle. They have like a really cute cookie one, I think it's called Cookie Boogie, and pick some of those real silly fun ones and put them on a spinner, put the name of them or a picture of them on the spinner. And then after an activity is completed, then we're going to spin the spinner. They get to tell you when to stop and then see what it chooses. And then they would get to see that song for like 2 minutes or 1 minute, or they get some of the younger kids are probably going to need an actual tactile toy or something that you could work out ahead with the parent, that they get 1 minute to play with that toy. There will have to be a lot of guidelines in place already, which is like a whole nother subject, but there are some really good little checklists that Jenny from Bjorn's Speech put together, and I have links to those that are really good to share with parents to get that discussion going about what the expectation is on both sides of the screen, so that you can work collaboratively together. Okay, so let me look here at my watch. I think we're doing pretty good. So a little recap would be that for modeling, and when we're teaching modeling and doing modeling, it's important to motivate our students with the activities, to make them fun, and to use our core vocabulary words and some of those power fringe words. Okay, that didn't happen, sorry. That was in the live. So I did want to say that I have put together this resource for you. It's called AAC at Home, and you can get access by just going to bit.ly/AAC at home is here. So you go to that, it'll take you to a little pop-up window. You put in your name and your email address, and I promise I will not spam you, just give you helpful tips. And then you have access to AAC at Home, which is a little platform where I put together all of the resources that I talked to you about. I put those in there for you. So the videos, the full videos are there, the parent handout is there, and I think we have time. We could go and have a look at it. Let's see. Let me just show it to you. I don't have it queued up, but talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Let's see. Let me just quickly go in here so that I can show this to you. I hope. And then be thinking about maybe any questions that you might have. And you could put those in the comments, or that's not gonna work. There we go. Okay, so for AAC at Home, if you want to see what it looks like, that's all the back end that you just saw. That's from my side. But this is what it looks like if you go in. And this is all free. So you go into it, there's a little welcome video. There is the how to model AAC Made Easy video. There's the parent handout. Let me show you that. So the parent handout is in here with a video about how to use it. And then I have a whole food themed session. So you go into that and you, there's a video of me talking about all the ways to use the different activities that are in here. And so they're all food related activities that you could do within a session. All right, so I think that brings us to the end. Yeah, it does. That's the end. I hope that that gave you a lot of good ideas. I share a lot of ideas like this on my YouTube channel and also on Instagram TV under Beautiful Speech Life. I would love to continue this conversation with you. Um, Good luck to all of you. I did want to say I totally believe that we can do this and that we will make it through this time, this time of uncertainty, and that if there is a silver lining or something good that we can take out of this, I think it's that we have this opportunity to work together as parents and therapists in a closer capacity, even though we're far away from each other, because we have to work more collaboratively now, we can have this opportunity to build bigger connections within our teams that will be able to take us beyond this time. Once the stay-at-home is over and COVID-19 is a distant memory, we'll still have these connections that we made during this time that are going to enable us to really help our students. And that's what it's all about, right? So thank you so much for joining me here. I wish you all the best, and I hope to talk to you all soon.